Hi there friends, it's Sarah from Ruffles and Rain Boots, and today we're making my new bubble body no-sew pattern. So I am going to show you this guy. He's 15 inches tall. You can make him with or without arms. Both of them look cute, and I'll show you both ways. Boop! If you'd like to make him, stick around. As always, please like this video so I know you're here crafting. Now, I'm going to ask you if you all have joined the Facebook group. Get that link down below. Also down below, you'll get this new pattern, which is finalized and has instructions. I'm going to be using some minky fabric here. It's very, very lush and plush without being stretchy and hard to work with like velvet. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this bubble body pattern and I'm going to put in, I prefer fabric glue when I do this. And we're going to notch that round edge and we're going to make sure all of this is secure. So if you've been around this channel, you know that I have sewing patterns and no-sew patterns. I actually created this one, used two different ways to be both a sewn and a no-sew pattern. So I'll show you the sewn pattern with an elf coming soon. And so what I did here is I put about a half a cup to 3/4 cup of poly beads, topped the body all the way up with polyfill. Now here I cut two hats. One is flipped, and then all I'm doing is just hemming the bottom, and then I'm going to attach it. And I'm going to show you a trick when you're using hot glue, when you have something as narrow as that little kind of hook, I don't know what it's called, but the little pointy up at the top. So after you go ahead and do one side, I want you to very lightly do the edges. You can see here I'm using a very light amount of glue. And I'm going to put down one side and put partially down on the hook on the other. And then I'm going to stuff this. So once this hot glue is dry, I have the magic of video, but I did wait until it was dry. And then I just turned out that one little point. You can see I'm using the eraser end, and I actually used that pokey end as well. And then once I had it you can roll it in between your fingers to get out everything out, but don't turn the rest of the hat out. Just stuff that little point. And then you can either hold it in your hands like I'm doing here, or you can put it flat down on the table and finish out your hot glue hem. Okay, so we're just going to do that all the way down. I do get asked a lot about the hot glue. I do recommend, if you have it, fabric hot glue. You can get it on Amazon. But if you don't have two glue guns, don't worry about it. Just use regular hot glue. Just be making sure when you turn everything out that those seams are solid. All right, once they're solid, you can add a little bit of polyfill to the hat. For this guy, I really wanted to see his nose, so I cut a very narrow beard, 2 inches, and it's 6 inches long, comes to a point at the bottom. Like I said, very, very narrow. And I did this so I could see the rest of him because I decided to add arms. All right, so I'm going to put that right under the top of the body piece here, and then you're going to glue it all the way down, by the way. It's not just the top. For a very robust mustache, I cut two pieces because I had scraps, but you can cut one 6-inch piece if it's easier for you and you have the material. Again, I think you should use scraps whenever you can. All we're doing is securing the fabric backing together so we have sort of a tube of fur. It would make a great tail. I just thought of that. Well, now I'm going to have to make a gnome with the tail. All right, so all I'm doing here is gluing the two pieces together and then make sure that's really solid. In just a second, we'll be gluing it on. So I want to position where my hat goes. Now, I'm going to show you my mess up in just a second, but I think that you should make sure that you pull the hat all the way down past the little bubble booty. I used a very robust, almost 2-inch size nose made out of clay here, but you can use anything you want, a fabric nose, a wood bead, anything. And then we just glued that mustache right to the bottom of the nose. Now, when you're putting this hat on, like I said before, I'm going to show you my mistake. I don't know why I did it. I haven't done it on the other one, so I'm going to show you. After you put the front of the nose down and you have it all secure, then don't glue down the sides if you're going to use arms, but get it to where you want it. Remove any polyfill. I always do that. Too much polyfill, and then I have to remove some, but I figured that's okay. All right, so now I put a note here because for those of you who are on mute, I'll pull it down all the way in the back. I did not. Now I'm going to show you. Here he is. Here's the back of him. Hang on just a second. Oh, I didn't speed this up. Sorry. You see that little join right there? He's cute. He moves around. He's posable. You can sit him down, but I wish I would have pulled the hat down right over that seam. Now here he is without arms. A lot of you liked him this way when I previewed him. boop. And if you want to move him without arms, just skip to the legs. But here's the arms. It's really quick and easy. I'm using a dollar store foam curler. If you don't have a dollar store foam curler, don't worry, grab a piece of rectangle fabric, fill it with polyfill and wire, and you have the same thing. All right, for the legs, I took a thin piece of cardboard and I just rolled it, I like doubled it up on itself and secured the long edge with hot glue, making sure it could fit inside my shoes. I have these shoes. I'll link that video below if you want to make them yourself. And then I just made another one like it and evened them out. Finally, I just took a piece of fabric that I had already used for the body, and I'm just covering it, hemming on one long end so that it looks finished. And then I'm just going to repeat that for the second leg. Ta-da! And then you can hem the top in, or push the top in. And once you have those, you're going to put a generous portion of hot glue right there. And the magic of video, we're going to skip the drying part, but do make sure they are dry before you start to assemble. Here I am just putting my arms up under. I'm going to glue it and position them both under the hat. I'm going to glue to the hat and the body so that they stay exactly where they are. This is a cardinal memorial gnome from my dad, so I just added this little wreath pick. And then here I wanted to bring in the boots, so I added a little piece of this lamb's wool or Sherpa fleece around the edges before I put on my little hands. And you just do that, cut off any excess, glue it down, and then we're going to add hands. Now I did add some weight to my boots. I use poly beads, but you can use gravel. That would work as well because these are open. So just make sure to add either weight to the shoes or weight to the legs, and then secure those inside the boots, and you're done. Isn't he cute? He's honestly one of my favorites. I love the simple monochromatic look. What do you think? Will you make this guy? Get the pattern below. Please join the Facebook group, and as always, I am sincerely thankful you're here with me. Please subscribe. Thanks a lot.